Hello and welcome to Men of the Den. My name's Eric and it's Friday. This week on Men of the Den, it is random week and I am going to show you some of the things that I do to prepare to run a Pathfinder session as part of the Pathfinder Society organized play system. First thing I do is I print out the module. This is a Pathfinder Society scenario. These run for about 4 hours, 5 hours of gameplay. And each of the scenarios that they produce has full color maps, and they show you the statistics for most of the creatures in there. But for the ones that they don't, they tell you where to find the statistics. So in my Darth Vader Trapper Keeper, I have my GM stuff. And one of the things that I do to prepare is I produce what I call a combat pack, where I print out all of the monster stat sheets for all of the creatures that they're going to encounter in the scenario. So I have even printed out the ones for the people. So Janira, who is our main NPC in this scenario, one of the creatures that they encounter is a wolf. Just not a spoiler, sometimes it's a wolf and sometimes it's something else, but today it's going to be a wolf. And so I have all of the stats for all of the creatures in this combat pack. And other stuff that I need to print out paper-wise for my players is sign-in sheet. So every time you play, you put your organized play number in here, the character number that's a part of that you're playing, and what faction they belong to, so that I can give you appropriate credit when you finish playing the scenario. And I also print out chronicle sheets. These are the sheets that you receive at the end of each session that tell you, provide you with a record of having actually finished that game. So you show these as part of your background and your history of gameplay to prove that you are the appropriate level to play in a scenario. Once I've finished with that, I have another folder in the back where I have all of my completed sheets after I do the reporting online. But it's not just paperwork, there's also a ton of other stuff that I have to do to prepare. So I bring a lot of gear with me. I'm sure you've seen my previous videos where I produce like printed pieces and terrain and stuff like that. I don't always make terrain. Sometimes there are pre-made maps that you can use for these scenarios. This is actually not one of the maps that's part of this scenario, but this map has a wonderful blank background. So I can draw using a wet erase marker to draw out the maps for each of the different scenarios, each of the different scenes they go into. So I have a stack of 4 maps because I couldn't get any of the maps that were relevant to the scenario in advance. I also have a whiteboard using to track initiative. So I use blue for my players and red for the enemies and green for NPCs if they are a part of the scenario. And then I have, this is my favorite thing, my pirate box. My pirate box has all of my dice and stuff in it. So I have in here, in my pirate box, I have my PFS pins. So all my different faction pins. I have, this little bag has some white tokens for things like swarms and stuff like that. This is my dice bag, my Rainbow Flame dice bag. And as you know, I have enemies that are a part of these scenarios, monsters that you have to fight and whatnot. So Paizo produces these really cool paper chips, paper pawns for your creatures. So you have like zombies here, and we have like this is a snake, but it's supposed to be a giant centipede. Couldn't find my giant centipede. Gillman. Wolves, so all of that's there, and there's also some that are slightly larger. This is a mold, it's a part of the scenario. And I have bases that these things fit into, so for the slime mold I have like a slightly larger base than the ones I would use for the little zombies, which have these little bases here. But, as you know, I'm a big fan of 3D printing stuff, and one of the things that I printed this week is a 3D Minotaur! It's so great! It's my favorite thing ever. Came out really well. So this is on Thingiverse. Dutch Mogul produced this on Thingiverse, and it's great. So that's all the stuff that I have pulled together. I do this once a month at least. This month I've actually done it. This is my third time this month knocking out a scenario, I think. And then I'll be doing sessions at GameStorm as well. If you have any questions about my process or how I put these things together, please let me know. Put your comments down in the crotch. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions about Pathfinder or their forthcoming 2nd edition, what I do know of it. I've been following the news about that religiously, so ask away, ask questions. I'll be happy to answer what I know. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and I'll see you all next Friday. Cheers!